live from downtown Detroit. Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
The UAW is ratcheting up the pressure on day 13 of the strike on the Big Three. The union is setting a new deadline for Friday. If major progress doesn't come, the union plans to roll out a new set of plants to strike. Thanks for being with us. I'm Kimberly Gill.
And I'm Devin Skillia. Let's get you caught up on today's developments. Today, paychecks stopped for the first round of striking workers. They're now going on strike pay, $500 a week. Big drop in pay, and no idea really how long this is going to last. Let's get to business editor Rod Maloney live at Solidarity House. Negotiations happening there today, Rod.
Yeah, at 4 o'clock, GM started talking here. We're told that all of the companies are talking. But here's the thing. Yesterday, right after we spoke to Shawn Fain after the president's visit, he was giving us that indication that he didn't think things were moving along very quickly. And so now he feels like he needs to do exactly that, to put a little bit more pressure on, just as the original strike checks go out. The Michigan Assembly picket, day 13, still boasts enthusiasm. Line workers like John Snyder, who's been on the line at Ford for 36 years now, finds himself on the picket line for the first time ever and says he's holding up okay.
This is where rubber meets the road, right here.
Says the talk behind the burning barrel is about many things, but first and foremost, that first $500 strike fund check.
People want to know where the checks are. Some thought they would get it last week, but we got a Ford check last week. This week here to be the strike fund check.
Most likely delivered in alphabetical order tomorrow and Friday, so the locals told everybody out here they have to be on strike for 8 days before the union rolls out the checks. The union also tells its members regularly they need to set aside some savings to get through the tough times like a strike. Some don't, some do.
And I've cut back everything, bare essentials until we get through this strike. But, rent's paid, got enough money to survive on for a good long time.
As for the next round of this stand-up strike, Wayne State University business professor and industry analyst Dr. Marek Masters tells Local 4 UAW President Shawn Fain doesn't have the luxury of time.
Shawn Fain has put himself in a position where he's got to decide, is he going to amp up the strikes at GM and Stellantis, and is he going to make up for what he didn't do at Ford and include them in the next wave of strikes?
And so everybody's ears perk up now, wondering, okay, what's to happen next? Now, granted, that's Shawn Fain's strategy here, put everybody on edge trying to figure out what is to come. And so far, these plants that he has closed down have not exerted that much pressure. It's a little bit more of a surgical approach. So we'll see if he goes for some of the bigger plants like, say, the F-150 or the Silverado or Ram pickup plants. Back to you.
Rod, we keep talking about how many moving parts there are to all of this. Are you getting a feel for where the holdup is, the pinch point on negotiations?
Well, it could actually be something that they can't get on paper, Devin, and that's deals or getting work or help getting into the joint venture plants. Those are the battery plants that have separate companies. And Shawn Fain talked about that. He also talked about the Marshall plant out in Marshall, Michigan, the Ford plant yesterday that they put a hold on. He's very frustrated about that. That could be playing into this, although they really only can strike or can only have difficulties and an impasse with stuff that they can put in the national contract. So it's very complicated.
Boy, it sure is. All right, Rod.
Well, yesterday, it was President Biden stopping to meet workers on the picket line. Tonight, former President Trump is set to speak in Macomb County in a bid to win over union auto workers.
Jacqueline Francis live at Clinton Township, where Donald Trump's set to be here a little later on tonight. Jacqueline.
Devin and Kimberly, we're here at Drake Enterprises, which is a non-union automotive plant in Clinton Township. As you can probably tell, it's tight in here. This is a smaller space than we're used to for a visit like this. There should be a few hundred people in the audience when former President Donald Trump takes the stage around 8 o'clock tonight. He will be addressing auto workers. And while Drake employees are not necessarily UAW members, there is the potential for them to be indirectly impacted by the strike at some point, as this plant does provide parts for the big three, among other automotive companies. Again, we're expecting the former president to take the stage around 8 o'clock tonight. We'll have a full report for you coming up at 10 and 11. Reporting live in Clinton Township, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
All right, Jacqueline, we'll see you then.
Our other top story tonight, Michigan State University warned it was going to happen. Mel Tucker has formally been fired from his job as MSU head football coach. So let's get out to Megan Woods. She's live on this story. Megan, he may have been fired, but this saga is far from over.
Kimberly, Devin, far from over is right. There's still that MSU Office for Civil Rights case. And when we talk about Mel Tucker, there's no word from him, his agent, or attorney in response to his termination. This is that termination letter from Michigan State Athletics sent to Mel Tucker and his agent, dated today, September 27th. In the letter, Vice President and Director of Athletics, Alan Haller, explains that there was a thorough review of the former head coach's response to the university's intent to terminate notice, saying the response did not provide any information that refutes or undermines the multiple grounds for termination mentioned in the notice. Haller described the 25-page response as a litany of excuses for inappropriate behavior. At one point, Haller said, quote, "Your unconvincing rationalizations and misguided attempts to shift responsibility cannot and do not excuse your own behavior. Had you not engaged in this inappropriate and unprofessional conduct, the university would not be subject to public disrespect and ridicule regarding your actions." Now, if you want to read the entire letter, it's on clickondetroit.com. As for, again, Mel Tucker, I've reached out to his attorney and agent and have not heard back. Reporting live in Detroit, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
Okay, Megan, thank you. Well, tonight we're getting our first look at police body cam video of an arrest by Detroit police that sparked controversy.
Their arrest happened last week. Cell phone video of it went viral. Victor Williams following this story as police say they hope that the body camera video now helps set the record straight. Victor.
Well, this video literally shows us what took place leading up to the incidents that were caught on cell phone video. Many people asking the question now if the officers were right or wrong.
I can't just roll past you trying to jimmy a window and not do something, you know what I mean?
Patrolling police officers stop in front of a car on East State Fair to speak to a man trying to use a Slim Jim to get inside. That's Larry Morrison. The car he's trying to get into is his own vehicle.
What's your name, boss?
I ain't about to do nothing. I'm not telling you my name. I told you I don't answer questions.
Okay.
Morrison doesn't feel he's done anything wrong and refuses to give his name. Family members insist the same thing.
Hey, bro, you ain't got to give him your name. I'm not giving them nothing. They know that.
Things, however, take a turn for the worse when officers try to take Morrison into custody.
My man.
Man, don't touch me, bro.
My man.
Don't touch me, bro.
And that's what leads to the video we saw taken from someone's cell phone.
Hey, back up, back up.
At one point, a gun is even drawn on a family member's dog. Morrison was taken into custody but was released a short time later. He's now acquired the services of Figer Law.
Let him go.
And we're told that the investigation is almost over, but the officers involved placed on administrative duties will remain on administrative duties until the investigation is over. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Okay, Victor, we've got 2 days to go before the federal government runs out of money. If Congress fails to act, we'll be dealing with a government shutdown that'll send shockwaves through an already fragile economy. On Capitol Hill, there is movement in the urgent efforts to prevent a government shutdown, but no straight line to a deal. Separate short-term spending bills are working their way through the House and the Senate, but each version is destined to fail in the opposite chamber, where the opposite party is in power. The Senate's top Democrat issuing a pointed message to the top House Republican.
The only way out of a shutdown is bipartisanship. And by constantly adhering to what the hard right wants, you're aiming for a shutdown.
I don't see the support in the House.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy trying to persuade a small group of conservative holdouts who were digging in on spending cuts and speaking out against the bipartisan Senate proposal.
You have $6.2 billion for Ukraine. They do nothing to secure our southern border. That is just a non-starter.
Some moderate Republicans signaling a willingness to work with Democrats to keep the government open.
Well, we don't want to shut down, so I would do what we can.
As frustrations grow across the country, a group of young social media influencers traveling to the Capitol to speak to lawmakers and deliver a petition opposing a shutdown.
Kevin McCarthy thinks that, Gen Z and millennials aren't listening, and we are.
There are real people on the end of what it means to lock people out of their government. and stop their benefits.
Young voices that could ring loudly in the 2024 presidential election. Yeah, interesting. New NBC News poll shows young voters have a lower level of interest in the upcoming election right now than at this same point in the past several election cycles. We take a live look now at the quickly developing Gordie Howe Bridge from our downtown Skycam. Another kind of a dreary day across Metro Detroit, isn't it?
Yeah, really nice shot there. Things are a bit better up north, though. These are live pictures from Lake Leelanau, and we've seen a little bit of sun here and there. Today up there.
And we've down here been dodging raindrops for the last couple days, actually.
Yeah, let's get over to Kim Adams. Today feels more of the same, I guess.
I know, right? The entire week. We're just saving our energy for the weekend. That's all. We're just getting all this out of the way, the rain, the dreary weather, the cooler than normal temperatures, so that the weekend we get the sunshine and the warmer temperatures both. Exact Track 40 radar still picking up a few showers, light to moderate rain across Metro Detroit, including in Plymouth right at the I-275-96 interchange, Oak Park, West Bloomfield, Farmington Hills, just a little drip or drop here and there, and we'll continue that trend overnight tonight. It will start to pick up a little bit in intensity. It's raining in Oak Park and Warren. Detroit is dry right now, but a couple sprinkles in the Grosse Pointe. So temperatures are on the cool side. We've got the clouds, we've got the rain. 62 in Pontiac, 64 in Mount Clemens, low 60s at Metro, also in Ann Arbor and in Howell. Tomorrow we stay cooler than normal, one more day with highs only in the 60s, starting the day with rain, but then clearing out later on in the afternoon and evening and setting ourselves up for a warming trend, a big warming trend. Take a look at these temperatures. By the middle of next week, we could be in the low to mid 80s. We'll talk about that coming up.